G'day legends, Pete here, back with another cracking ration review. Today we're checking out something a little bit different. This is a 24-hour civilian ration made by Ontrack meals, and this is their Deluxe Go Pack. This one's loaded with 3 full meals, including snacks, and honestly, it features some of the best ration components that ever were in any ration. Now, there's no freeze-dried mains, everything is ready to heat and eat, and it's all Aussie made, which is what we love to see. Massive thanks to Ontrack Meals for sending me this ration to review on my channel. They've also been kind enough to hook us up with a 10% discount code. Now, the details for that code are going to be in the description of this video. And just a heads up, if you do end up using that code, a small proportion of the sale will come back to me in form of a commission. So if you do grab a pack, just know that you'll be helping out the channel. So cheers for that. All right, let's take a bit of a closer look at the Deluxe Go Pack. First up, it weighs a total of 1.5 kilograms and it's neatly packaged in a resealable plastic bag. Right on the front, it mentions that it is a Deluxe Go Pack, gourmet meals for the outback, covering breakfast, lunch and dinner, and including snacks. Flip it over and you'll find a full contents list. Now, it's not just the food that you need for a cracking day of adventure. You also get 3 flameless ration heaters, so there's no need to boil any water or break out a stove. That's a really neat touch. On the bottom of the ration, we have our best before date, and that is March 2028, giving it a 3-year shelf life, which is solid for a ready-to-eat ration like this. Alrighty, let's dive in and we'll see what's inside. Okay, let's get into it. To open the bag, we have a tear notch on each side. We'll just go ahead and open that. And then we also have a sealable section there where you can reseal the bag. All right, let's get the contents out. First item we have out is a small bag of pizza shapes. And the next item we have out is one of our mains. It is tender lamb with pearl barley. It is 250 grams and it is packaged in a retort pouch. It has a nice gusseted base and it's also clear so you can see the contents. We have a beverage and it is Milo. And we have 3 packs which contain a wooden spoon, a napkin and a refresher towel. And the next item we have out is another main, and this one is slow cooked Australian steak, and again 250 grams. And the next item we have out is 3 flameless heater bags. We have a small accessory pack, and in that we have a orange Summit hydration drink. We have 3 coffee whiteners. We have 3 sugars. And we also have a tea. We have a drip filter coffee sachet. We have a melted pack of M&Ms. We have a pack of traditional chief Biltong. We have another one of our mains, and this is all day breakfast, again 250 grams. We also have a pumpkin and potato mash, 200 grams. And finally, we have a apple berry crumble winner's bar. You know what? This is an amazing selection of food. And what we're going to do, we're going to break this down into 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, this is going to be the selection for breakfast. We have all day breakfast. We have our dog and gun drip filter with creamer and sugar. And we also have our Summit hydration, which is orange flavored. First up, let's get our main inside our FRH. This is our flameless heater. So it's already opened at the top there, as you can see. And we have our element inside, which is in another bag to stop it from activating. There we go, there's the element. Whack that in there. Let's get our retort pouch inside our heater. There we go. And of course we have a fill line, same as any other ration heater. There you go, that looks about right. Zip that up at the top. Just get that pad nice and activated, nice and wet there. I can already feel that's taken off. That's already nice and warm already. This is going to be a great ration heater. And again, it's the same as any other. You fold it over. Up, there it goes. Wow. Wow, that's an active heater for sure. All right, while that's doing its thing, we'll make up coffee. And it is a drip filter coffee. So I'm not really sure how this works. I think you just hang it across the cup. We'll give that a go. There it is there. I think that's the idea. There you go. Next up, we'll mix up our Summit Hydration. Now it calls for about 600 mils, which is great because all you need to do is obviously pour it into a top of a 600 ml water bottle. I'll just put that lid on and give it a shake. There's obviously no colouring. It's obviously all just going to be flavour. That looks good. Getting back to our heater here, it is so hot I can barely hold it. Now we'll just wait the 10 minutes that's required and then we'll come back and we'll get this out and we'll start enjoying our meal. It's been about 8 minutes. You know what? This retort pouch is so hot I can barely keep my fingers on it. These flameless heaters are working perfectly. All right, let's finish off our coffee. You know what? I think I've done it wrong. I think the idea is you're supposed to actually open it from the top. It does say open on there. I didn't quite read that. And then you would pour your coffee through. But anyway, I've just done it where it's soaked around it. Hopefully that works out all right. So I guess it's like just a big tea bag. It's probably not going to work as well. Anyway, see how we go. Now, of course, we're going to add our sugar. And our creamer as well. And we're going to break out our spoon. So we have our wooden spoon, moist towelette, and a couple of decent napkins, 3 napkins indeed. Yeah, that looks pretty mild. Obviously I didn't mix this coffee quite right. Alright, before we start, we'll try our orange drink. Obviously no colour in this drink, it's basically just going to be flavour. We'll give that a try. Yeah, absolutely like an orange sports drink. It definitely has that sort of electrolytes and, you know, those sort of flavours. Really nice orange flavour though. Yeah, that's really refreshing. Quite like that. Alright, so it's probably been about 10 minutes now. So let's get our main out into a bowl. Oh yeah, that's nice and hot. Now you can see we have 2 10 notches, one up high if you're going to pour it out, and one down lower, I guess, if you're going to actually eat it out of the pouch. There you go, have a look at that. That looks amazing. Alrighty, let's take a bit of a closer look. Here you can see we have, sorry, the wind's blowing. We have pieces of chorizo there. We have whole mushrooms. We have some beans, and we have some speck, or if you like, some bacon chunks. If I can get one there. There you go. Let's start with that one. Yeah, that's amazing. Great smoky bacon flavour, but also nice fat to it as well. There's another piece. Yeah, that's lovely. Now we also have mushrooms as well. There you go. Yeah, they're nice. Very tender, well cooked. And we also have some chunks of potato there. And again, very well cooked. You have quite a few of these mushrooms in there and quite a few chunks of chorizo. There you go, have a look at that. Yeah, that is really nice. We have a few of the red kidney beans, quite a few of them, and they're in a nice mild tomato sauce. Yeah, that's amazing. There's another piece of that bacon. You know what, that is a real hearty breakfast. It obviously covers a lot of bases there. You've got some vegetables, some meat, some protein in a beautiful tomato sauce. Now, of course, we have our coffee. Now, I definitely didn't mix this coffee right. You're obviously supposed to pour it through the top. If you can have a look at that there, that's fairly mild. I'm not sure it's going to have too much coffee flavour. All right, we'll give that a go. Yeah, you know what? It's not too bad. It does have a coffee flavour. It's not coloured like you think it would be a strong coffee, but yeah, that coffee flavour has definitely come through. Yeah, that's nice. You know what, guys, this is an amazing breakfast. Very hearty breakfast, very wholesome breakfast. You couldn't ask for more. Anyway, next part will be at lunch. See yous. Alright guys, this is going to be the selection for lunch. We have tender lamb and pearl barley. That sounds amazing. We have some biltong, chief organic biltong. We have some pizza shapes, which are my favourite. Due to our sun today, it is very hot, and we have some melted M&Ms. We have a Dilmah Ceylon tea. That sounds good, with sugar and creamer, and of course we have our knife and fork set. First things first, let's get our main in our FRH. It's a 250 gram serve like the other ones, and we'll quickly get this going. And again, it comes with that in a little bag. There's our heating element, straight in our heater. In with our main. And we fill it up to that little line at the bottom there. Make sure that pad's nice and soaked. Whoop, there it goes, that's taken off. And the next thing we'll mix up is our tea. It is a Dilmah branded Ceylon tea. I think that's how you pronounce it. Standard tea bag there. We'll just let that steep for a little while. Give it a bit of a up and down action there, and we'll just put that off to the side. So next up, we're going to try one of our snacks. This is pizza shapes. It's a small snack size portion here, and would you believe pizza shapes are actually my favorite. We'll just open that up here, use the old teeth, There you go, that's a pizza shape. Essentially it's just a cracker with some pizza flavors on top. Yeah, these are amazing. They are an Australian staple for sure. They come in different flavors, but these are the pizza ones, and you know what, they are amazing. And you see you get quite a few in there as well. Great to carry around with you when you are going on a hike or something like that. Yeah, these are fantastic. Yeah, this is super hot. Anyway, it's only been a couple of minutes, so we'll just keep that cooking away there. And while we wait for that, we'll do organic chief biltong. This is essentially just their traditional variety. They must come in different flavors as well. I guess it's like jerky. I've never tried biltong before, so we'll see what this is going to be like. Have a bit of a do not eat there, get rid of that. There you go, there's a piece of biltong there. Obviously it's just dried meat, similar to jerky. Yeah, these are amazing. They're just like obviously a jerky or stump. They're a dried meat with no flavour. And you get 30 grams here, so obviously this is something you could eat while you are, you know, throughout your day while you're doing whatever you're doing. Yeah, these are great source of protein as well. Yeah, you know what, that is fantastic. What a great flavour. And you know what, Aussie made as well, which is what we love to see. All right, this has been about 5 minutes or so, so we'll just give this another bit of a jiggle up and down there, get all that flavour out. Get rid of that. We'll add our sugar. This ration thinks of everything: sugar, whitener, everything that you need. This ration has it. And of course we have our creamer. And we'll break out our spoon. Wooden spoon. We have our refresher towel, and also we have 3 napkins as well. Very generous there. Now, it's a little bit windy today, so probably going to lose stuff off this table. All right, we'll give that a try. That's tea. I'm not really a tea expert, you know what, but you know, it tastes like tea. It's got a nice flavour. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Alright, this has been about 5 or 6, probably about 8 minutes now. You know what, it is super hot, so let's get this out and we'll give it a try. There it is there. And there's our main there. Yep, look, that's nice and hot. I can feel that. And these pouches, these retail pouches, have a nice gusseted base, which is handy. And they have 2 tear notches. If you were going to eat it out of the bag, you would tear it down here at this lower notch there. If you're going to pour it out, you can just do that from the top one there. There's our bowl. Tear notch on each side there. Ooh. That looks good. Have a look at that. And that is nice and hot. There you go. Have a look at that. Yeah, that looks interesting. Alrighty. Let's have a bit of a look around, see what we can see. Alright, so the ingredients here are obviously lamb, tomato, pearl barley, yeah, it's carrots as well. There you go, have a look at that. That's good. Yeah, you can definitely taste the lamb. It has a nice sort of rich tomato sauce as well. Everything seems to be cooked perfectly. Oh, nice chunk of lamb there. There you can see a bit of carrot. Yeah, you definitely taste some herbs. A Little bit of heat, not too much. But yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, that's a winner for sure. There's a huge chunk of lamb sitting on top there. Very tender. Just melts in your mouth, that lamb. Yeah, you can see that the barley's throughout the whole dish as well, and that gives it a really nice, wholesome flavour. That is amazing. Let's wash that down with a little bit of our tea. Yeah, that's lovely. Alright, now that brings us to our dessert, and you know what? We have some standard M&Ms. You know what? Everyone's seen M&Ms, but, you know, it's 30 degrees here in Queensland, and these have just melted. Now, I won't open them because they're just going to be a bit of a mess, but, yeah, everyone's tried M&Ms before. These are just, oh, they've all just melted. It's so hot here in Queensland. But anyway, yeah, I won't open those, but that's what we would have had next. Now, we also have a moist towelette to finish up with. We'll clean our hands. It's not actually that moist, but you know what? It's decent. Fairly strong. No fragrance at all. But yeah, that's pretty good. Alright guys, the next time we'll see you, it'll be at dinner. Cheers! Alright guys, this is going to be our selection for dinner. We have slow cooked Australian steak. How good does that sound? We have pumpkin and potato mash. We have a Milo, which is a chocolate drink. We have a spoon and napkin set, of course. And for dessert, we're going to be rocking a winner's bar. This one is apple berry crumble. Nice. And of course, we have another flameless heater bag. Let's get this going straight away. Element. Now this time we'll get both of them in, and we'll put one either side of the element, one on top, one on the bottom. There you go, one on top, one on the bottom. Make sure that pad gets nice and activated. Alright, looks like this thing's taken off. You know what? It's dinner time and I'm starving. As you can tell, it's a little bit darker than it was when we filmed lunch. So anyway, continuing on, we have our Milo. Now, Milo is like a chocolate powdered drink in Australia. I'm not sure if it's available overseas, but it's quite nice. And generally just mix it in either hot or cold milk. And of course we have our final set of napkins and spoon. Just give that a stir. It's always a little bit harder when you are trying to mix the Milo on top of the milk. You're always better to put it the other way around, but it'll eventually mix in. Oh, there you go, nice and thick as it floats on top. Beautiful, that brings back memories. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. So you know what? This thing is absolutely killing. These flameless ration heaters are absolutely fantastic. Did have a bit of a leak because we laid it down. You're supposed to lean it up against a rock or something. But anyway, this is super hot. So let's get our, oh, look at that. Let's get our pouches out. Man, that is killer. There is the steak. And the potato. Let's get rid of that. And we have a plate, of course. We'll just move things around a little bit here. All right. Here we go. First thing we'll get out is our steak. 250 grams. Australian steak. All right, here we go. Let's get this open. Look at that. Smells amazing. Let's move that forward so you can have a better look. Here you go. That looks interesting. And of course we have our pumpkin and potato mash. We'll get that out as well. There you go. Let's put that off to the side. And there's only 200 grams of the pumpkin and potato mash and 250 of the steak. There you go. That looks good. All right, let's give this a bit of a try. I'll try the pumpkin and potato mash first. Look at that. Yeah, that's nice. That's got a nice pumpkin flavour straight off the bat. And of course we have that potato as well. A little bit of sort of herbs, a little bit spicy too as well. Now the potato is just like mashed potato, but the pumpkin itself is still sort of in little cubes, so you can sort of, you know, taste the consistency, or not taste it, but you know what, feel it. Yeah, that's lovely. All right, let's have a look at this steak. Oh man, have a look at that. It's like it's obviously a slow cooked steak and it's all just falling apart. Real tender that's going to be. There you go. Wow, that is absolutely melt in your mouth tender steak. It's essentially steak in a gravy, in a thick gravy sauce. Yeah, that is amazing. All right, let's try that with a little bit of the potato mash. There you go. Yeah, honestly, this would have to be one of the best meals that I've ever had in any ration. Beautiful soft steak and beautiful buttery pumpkin and potato. Wow. You know what? I'm probably going to eat all this, or most of it anyway. Yeah. That is lovely. All right, one more bit. Beautiful piece of meat and beautiful pumpkin and potato. That is absolutely beautiful. All right, we'll just clean our spoon. All right, and we're going to have our Milo drink. It is essentially just a chocolate flavored milk drink. There you go. Have a look at that. That looks amazing. Yeah, beautiful. That takes me back to my childhood. It's been a long time since I've actually had Milo and milk. I used to love it. I put so much in that it was almost like it was a thick shake. Yeah, beautiful chocolate flavor. And yeah, a great way to end a meal. Oh boy, that's lovely. And the final part to our ration is our winner's bar. And this one is apple berry crumble. There you go. It's what we call a muesli bar in Australia. Probably in the States, they probably call it a granola bar. All right, give that a try. Yeah, that is lovely. Apple flavour coming through, berry coming through. Nice and sort of crunchy sort of oats or something in there. Yeah, that's a winner. Nice and chewy, which I love. I prefer a more chewy bar than a crunchy one. Yeah, this is a great way to end a meal. It's almost like a dessert, like an apple berry pie or something like that. Yeah, that's amazing. What a great way to end a meal. And we'll just wash it down with a little bit more of our Milo drink. All right, that was an amazing dinner. That steak and that potato were just absolutely beautiful. That winner's bar, winning for sure. You know what, guys? That was amazing, and that was dinner. G'day guys, Peter here. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks again to Ontrack Meals for supplying the ration for this review. And don't forget the 10% discount code listed in the description of this video. And cheers to you if you use it, as it will support the channel. Now finally, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care out there, guys. Cheers.